Hello. This is a story from I Awoke, and this is chapter 1. I awoke. I felt the condensation on my bedpost and turned to the empty side of my bed in dismay. This really wasn't the situation that a 20-year-old should be in. I mean, there was never a moment which I regretted, but something just didn't seem to be working for me. Life just didn't seem to happen in the way that everyone else's does. They have it just so easy. Just one glance from across the room and they're practically married. Life just didn't come for me. I mean, I know I'm still rather young with many mistakes to make and many hardships to be felt, but surely to feel that young, you're gonna be going somewhere. I mean, something life has to give you that, helping hand, that helping push in the right direction. I sat up and, sighed as usual. The computer monitor was still flashing on, my program still running and downloading some sort of illegal software. It seems to be picking up some pretty crazy things, I thought as I squinted my eyes looking for my slippers in the near dark of the morning. Coffee, and then tea, and maybe some toast. I spoke out loud, quite rhythmically, as if someone would hear me saying something profound and knowledgeable. Pause. There was nobody, not a soul. The computer bleeps the signal completion, but I ecstatically accept that as an acceptance of my very being. Thanks, computer. At least I can count on you for a bit of love in this fucking harsh reality where each person goes about their lives if I don't matter. I mean, fucking hell, why can't I just be alone as I usually am and go about my life without these fuckers fucking up my world? I soon move towards the door, and as I open it, I fall straight back to sleep. A ringing starts, much like a peaceful hum, but soon turns into an annoying murmur. Much like a bee buzzing its pointlessness in my ear. It grew and grew until strangely the blackness of the sleep began to shake apart like a dog ripping a teddy bear limb from limb. This was no ordinary dream. I forced myself to awake but could not. I could only focus on this overwhelming sine wave that penetrated my very core. Silence. I awoke, felt the condensation on my bedpost and turned to the empty side of my bed in dismay. This really wasn't the situation that a 20-year-old should be in. I mean, there was never a moment which I regretted, but something just didn't seem to be working for me. Life just didn't seem to happen in the same way that everyone else does. Deja vu. I mean, massive deja vu. Fuck! I really need to get out more and stop smoking all that weed. I searched for my slippers, but found them straight away in the light of day and headed to the door. The computer was flickering blue. Something had looped my program and crashed the computer. Go figure. A night of fucking debugging for me. After proceeding downstairs, having my coffee, tea, and only then toast, I proceeded to debug till dark. It was a rather productive day in some respects. It seemed to me that there was a formidable sense of peace that washed over the whole world outside that I had not heard before. Well, not heard, literally, not heard. I looked outside to spy any possible commotion. The streetlight flickered as usual and the bins were out. Well, as usual, they haven't been collected. Maybe I should just check that with the council tomorrow. Lots of cars parked up, and one seems to be parked awkwardly in the middle of the road. I don't understand why, but it must have been those bastards from number 16 with the bloody huge family making a massive parties a must most weekends. Fuckers. Left the headlights on as well. Stupid cunts. Well, I'll teach them a lesson or two when they get back for all the pain and anguish they caused. Fuckers. I returned to my code and was still completely flummoxed to what could have possibly caused a crash. Various port scans concluded that no irregular functions were presenting themselves. No virus. Then what? Well, I eventually put it down to possibly overheating the motherboard. Better get that checked out, I whispered. Well, whispered due to the fact that even in this blissful silence, I felt that I'd be found out if I spoke too loud. After much more code, a few rounds of a game, and a cheeky flick through a couple of porn sites, I managed to find myself back in bed, waiting for the sound of cars, teenagers, and occasional horns to send me to sleep. After about 15 minutes more of bountiful silence, I started to grow partially concerned. Partially. I mean, great, people are quiet, but I've not heard a single car pass. Is there a big event going on that I didn't know about or something? Fucking dicks not inviting me. Waiting 20 minutes more, the concern grew to the point where it almost seemed impossible that there should be no noise at all. Not even a bird, a dog barking and tweeting, like, what was going on? Putting back on the clothes I threw on the floor, I decided to go and just have a better look outside. On the way, I grabbed the Guide to Surviving a Zombie Attack 101. Almost as if it's just a small joke to myself. Stepping foot outside was eerie. Definitely something was up. All the streetlights were flickering, and I was instantly teleported inside my head to every horror flick of recent days. I therefore clutched onto my Guide that seemed to be more and more reasonable and less of a joke entirely. I bravely entered the street where nobody stood. And seeing as the street was a long one would expect that a single soul would be riding somewhere. And after a few steps, the closest bus stop came into view, and a man hunched into his newspaper sat, probably waiting for the last bus of the day. A sigh of relief came over me at that very moment. The rapture did not happen. I should not have to regret the copious amounts of porn I digested earlier. Now, walking over casually to the man, it was decided that I should at least ask if there was some sort of event or accident in the town centre that I should be aware of. He really is into the metro, I thought, as I saw his face practically snogging the crossword as I neared. These fucking city folk and their fucking crosswords. How can anyone actually be interested in the metro? As I walked nearer, I noticed something that made me laugh. Well, uncontrollably. I was probably releasing all that suppressed anxiety from earlier on when I noticed it. But the guy was asleep. He may have even missed his bus, the stupid doper. Mate, I think you missed your bus. I tried to speak without giggling too much, and as I moved closer, I gave his shoulder a friendly shake. Could you tell me what's going on around you? I mean, have I missed the fireworks display again? No answer. That's odd. I proceeded to shake him rather violently. Oh my god, mate, are you alright? Wake up! You on fucking drugs or something? The droop of his mouth and his forward-facing eyes struck fear like lightning through my body, right down to the ground. It stuck me there. I was fucking frozen like that bastard Elsa. I couldn't move. The guy could be dead or dying, and I couldn't do a bloody thing about it. Forcing myself out of the way as his potential corpse flopped onto the ground, I bravely turned him onto his side, just like the first aid course had said to me, and just in case he was sick and choked on his own vomit. I thought to myself, that was the least of his worries, to be honest. I ran down the street screaming for help. If not already, this man could be dead very soon. I attempted to fumble with my phone to dial the police, but the fucking reception in this street was shocking. The nearest door was slightly off the street, and now vaulting the fence, not noticing the dead dog that lay up against it at that time. The door was open, and without regard for privacy and more focused on this urgency, I burst on through, spurting out, "Sorry, but there's a fucking metro bastard, city crossword on. He missed the bus, fucking phone, house phone, please." But nobody came or replied. Typical. Left the door unlocked and went out. I thought as I totally missed the sight of the corpse watching the broken TV, and proceeded on to the next house. A few houses down was also unlocked, and I forced myself through that one again, blurting through and through phases such as before, and this time, after being ignored, I went straight to the phone that seemed to be hung on the wall. No dial tone. Fuck! Rule number 23 of zombie survival. Find a safe place and assess the situation. Gain insight into your surrounding area. Do not return home as it may have already been compromised. Check the house for bodies and remove them, or find another house. Hysterical now. As if the final straw was pulled, I ran into a couple of downstairs rooms, and as I feared, there were bodies everywhere in a couple of those houses that I checked over in the next few minutes. There was a wife in the kitchen that had poured hot oil over her, and as she fell, it was particularly nasty. A couple of children slouched over iPads, and one father that seemed to have been chewed up by his own lawnmower. Even after switching on the TV and flicking through a couple of news programs, they all seemed to be slouched over and possibly, dead. Much vomiting proceeded, and tears flowed continuously like the Nile. A fucking pathetic sight. I ran to the nearest cupboard in this one house and hid to reassess the situation. Thank you for listening. That was the first chapter of I Awoke. Please like and comment and let me know where you want the story to head next. Just remember, keep reading, keep watching, keep listening, and I'll join you next time with another tale to tell.